My God, the Democrats actually did it. They actually did it. They did something that was actually the right call. They replaced Biden with Kamala Harris because Biden was obviously not going to work, and they did it. Look at that. And you know what? Reap the rewards of your benefits, Democrats. You've got money, you've got momentum, you've got polling now in your favor. Look what happens when you do the smart thing. So, I know we all have the exact same question, Democrats. How are you going to fuck this up? Tell us. How are you going to do it? Here's how they're probably going to do it. They're going to have a horrible vice president pick. That's probably what's going to happen. Biden was already lagging in the polls before the debates. A lot of it due to the genocide in Gaza, which he is actively participating in to this day. Even now, when he is on his way out, has literally zero fucks to give. He is still in office, sending bombs to decapitate journalists and babies in Gaza. That's what the man is doing. Because, you know, Democrats are smart. They're the smart party. They're the adults in the room. They always do the thing that you have to actually think through and actually put two and two together. And that's why we have to get more dead babies in Gaza. So, Kamala Harris has reportedly narrowed it down to several VP candidates, one of whom is Josh Shapiro. This fucking asshole is going to be the focus of my rant today. Why? Because he is an unabashed, genocidal Israeli apologist. He is too close to Netanyahu, and he has been all about this war. He has the opportunity to call for a ceasefire right now. Demonstrate your VP credentials. Call for a ceasefire. You know, say that what's happening over there is terrible. But he's not. He's not, because that's not what he believes in. So instead, what he does spend his time on is calling the protesters in campuses that are doing fucking finger painting, he calls them Hamas. And then, when actual Nazis are marching, what was this, last week, week before this? Yeah, it was in Nashville. They were marching, I think last week or the week before this, they were marching. He was fucking quiet as a fucking church mouse. He had nothing to say. It's never been about anti-Semitism for these motherfuckers. It's always been about more dead people and funding the genocide for the arms billionaires. That's what it is about. If you actually cared about children, if you actually cared about world peace, you would be calling for this shit. He has the opportunity, he's chosen not to. Now, Biden was bleeding support among people that saw the Israel genocide and said that it was terrible. He was bleeding support among that group, especially among the youth. Youth were abandoning him in droves. And again, the simple solution was just to call for a ceasefire. But instead, they let this fucking war criminal speak in front of Congress. Yeah, great fucking idea. So, in order to win back the youth vote, well, the youths are coming back now. The youths. 2 youths. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. 2 youths. The youth vote, 18 to 34, which, by the way, I still fit into that demographic. I don't fucking look like it with this gray hair, but I still fit into it. The youth vote has started to come back to Kamala. In large part because she doesn't have a lot of the baggage with Gaza. She has shown a modicum of sensibility about Gaza. She was actually wanting to put out a statement for a ceasefire. And behind the scenes, she has been much more sympathetic to Palestinians, according to people that worked in the administration, and resigned because of everything in Gaza. They have come publicly and said they support Kamala because she has been more supportive of ending the war in Gaza. So, again, how are the Democrats going to fuck this up? They're probably going to pick someone that is super hard for this fucking war. And Josh Shapiro, he's your guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. To actually be this far in, same thing with Joe Biden, fuck this guy at this point. To be this far in to this war and see what's happening, and to still be sitting in a fucking chair like, you know what we need? More bombs. Send them now. That's the fucking answer? No, it's not. So if, honest to God, if Kamala Harris chooses Josh Shapiro, I might just fucking register as an independent. I'm almost there. I'm not quite, because I am a proud Democrat and I want to change the party for the better. But Jesus Christ, how many times they just literally decapitated a journalist. Was that yesterday? That was fucking yesterday. Every day there is a new fucking atrocity that comes out, and the people in charge are just letting it happen. Letting it happen. But if it's Ukraine, and rightfully so, by the way, but if it's Ukraine, oh, then it's bad. Then it's a problem. But if it's some fucking brown Palestinians that they can't pronounce their fucking names, oh, well, you know, that's just people across the pond there. We don't have to worry about them. If she picks Josh Shapiro, yeah, I honestly might register as an independent. But I sure as fuck am not going to donate my money, and I'm not going to donate my time to get out the vote for them. And this will probably be the first election that I will sit out. I have voted in every presidential election since since I was 18 years old, and this is a deal breaker for me. If it would be one thing if I lived in a purple state, right, or a battleground state, I could hold my nose and vote for Harris if Shapiro was the candidate, because yes, everything about him sucks. But the fact is that there's too much on the line, and if Republicans could, I've said this before, if Republicans could hold their nose and vote for Trump in 2016, and fucking Christ, I'll do it this time around, and I will push them, and I will push them, and I will push them to change policy. But you can't do that if you don't have the people that you vote for in charge, because they are beholden to you. And in order to hold them to that beholdenness, you have to behold them to your holdings of your held principles. Do you get me? I went full Jack Sparrow there. So what you have to do is you have to hold them to your holdings in your share stock, but if you're not holding your share stocks, then who's sharing with your shares? Anyway, it might be the only election that I've sat out since I was 18 years old. But if I was in a purple state, if I was in a battleground state, yes, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite, but I would fucking vote for it. And I know that there are a lot of people. There was, over 100,000 people that voted undecided. I think that was just in Michigan alone, actually. So there's hundreds of thousands of people that have voted uncommitted because hoping to change the policy in Gaza for all the fucking good that this has done. Oh my God, I can't get over this. Why do Democrats do stupid things? Anyway, I'm going to sound hypocritical, but if you live in a purple state or a battleground state, if you want to sit the election out, if you can't bring yourself to vote for Kamala because of Gaza, I hear you. I get it. And I urge you to do the opposite of what I'm doing. Yes, I'm a hypocrite. Here's why. Because in California, it's gonna go blue. It's gonna go blue. The only statement that I could possibly make is by making sure that there is a tally at the end of this election saying, you know, people uncommitted or people voting third party, and then make sure that in the exit polls I tell, yes, I am voted uncommitted or I voted third party because of the Gaza policy, because of the genocide in Gaza. But for the folks in the battleground states, we have no choice. You all have no choice, because once this election happens, that's it. If we don't win, it's game over. Game over, man. Game over. That is what's at stake. So yes, I sound like a fucking hypocrite. So this is going to be the time where I say, do as I say, not as I do. Please. I don't want to go to internment camp. It would not be good for my skin.